Hey there guys, back with another turntable review, and with this one I'm going to be discussing the Pioneer PL-600 silver model. So I'm going to tell you the functionality of it, I'm going to tell you some of the features, and overall the pros and cons. So this unit was released in 1979, and it's a direct drive turntable. It's 2-speed, and you just power it on with that, and the speed, you just change with that. It has a quartz lock, which means that when it starts up, this locks to where it'll keep it playing at a steady speed instead of like fluctuating, so it'll play at the exact same speed each time. So it repeats, which means that when the needle and arm gets to the end run out, it'll just drop the needle right back to the beginning. It has arm elevation, so instead of having a lever over here for you to use it, you just press the button and it lifts up the arm, and you could just drop it anywhere on the album, so I'm just going to demonstrate that. And you can press it again, just lifts it up, brings it back. And it has a start-stop function, which I'm just going to demonstrate this real quick. You just press it, and it should drop the needle right on the record, but mine has this issue where it'll drop it like an inch away from the record, so I just like push it forward like that. And stop, it'll bring the needle back once you press it. So that still works after all these years. And it has a counterweight at the end, which is very nice, so that you don't put a lot of weight on your records and destroy your vinyl. It has an anti-skate too, so that's all really good. And overall, the functionality, the speed on it is dead on. It's really nice. The motor on this is very strong, and I'm going to demonstrate this, that once you bring the needle over, it just kicks off automatically once you stop. And once you bring the needle over, it'll stop in just a split of a finger. Why did I say the split of a snap of a finger? Don't do bloopers, kids. But this is just, it's a really good quality turntable. And, you know, it sounds great too. And I'm just going to do another really quick sound drop, needle drop, whatever you want to call it. Another thing noting is that this is not the original head shell that came with it. This is the original head shell right here. I have it to the side. It's because it's missing the cartridge. And the cartridge is actually, it's a rare model cartridge. So I was looking online, you could get the cartridge for like 20 bucks new. It's just a hard to find model cartridge. So be careful that when you're looking out for these, that you know the source where to get the cartridge and stuff. So another thing that I should mention is that this model just so happens to be pretty rare. So if you find this for cheap, I would recommend getting it no matter what. And the cheapest that you could probably get them is probably $150, $200. It's a rare model. It's not easy to find. They also released a black model PL-600 in the 80s, but it wasn't as good. It wasn't direct drive, it was belt driven, and it just wasn't in good quality. So some more things that are worth noting are some of the cons about this. The power button and speed button will sometimes stick, so it took 4 presses to get the power button back on to turn it off, but I don't know why it does that. Maybe it's sticking because there might be crud in there or something. Speed button has only stuck once so far. So those are the only issues I could honestly think about this. The only really other things about this is that these get dirty, so you're going to have to clean these. And this is for swapping the record size, so if you want to drop the needle on a 10-inch record or if you want to drop it on a 7-inch record. I'm just going to have it set for 10. Let's see where that takes us. Those are the only cons I could think about it. The lid on it is really nice, and it's on there really good. Everything else on it is just really great. My only issues are with the buttons. So out of 5, I would grade this record player a 4.5. It's just one of my favorite record players that I've gotten. I only spent $25 on this, and I was really glad to find it. The needle's going to cost me, well, the cartridge and needle is going to cost me an extra 15-20 bucks. So I'm going to be putting about, $50 into this turntable. But it's going to be something that I'm going to use. I'm not going to sell this. I just really enjoy using this table. It's hard to find, so if you find it, get it. And one thing I should also mention, it's a beast. It's a huge record player. Another good thing, which I'm still finding things about this, it has the little rubber feet at the bottom to where it won't scratch up the thing. Focus. Please focus. Oh, it's focusing. Good. So when you put this down, it doesn't scratch up against it. And it's just a really large record player. I'd say this has to be 18 inches, almost 20 inches. It's fairly large. It weighs a ton. It definitely weighs a lot. This is not something you're going to be able to hold with one hand. If you pick this up and move it, you're going to have to use at least two hands. It's got to weigh more than 10 pounds. Very large, very long, very well built. So this would be in a 4.5 category because it's just really well built. Quality on it is great. The sound quality is great. And I'll update you guys on this player when I get the needle for it. I just have to wait to get the money for the needle. And then I'll hear how it sounds with the actual cartridge and head shell, which I don't think it'll make that much of a difference in the sound quality. The current one I'm using is a Newmark HS1, if this will focus. And the cartridge I have on there right now is a Stanton, if this will focus too. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and if you ever find this record player, I'd recommend getting it. And it's just a great unit. And if you guys have actually ever used this, please let me know so that you could tell me your past experiences with it, if you've had a good time with this player and whatnot. So thank you guys for watching.